Hey guys, so I've been looking through past and present comments on my videos, and one of the questions that always gets asked still is I can't get traffic working, or when it does work something is going wrong. So today I'm going to do 5 simple steps with free downloads that if you follow you will get your traffic working. So if you're new to Assetto Corsa, or if you've been around for a little while and you're struggling to get it working, this is the video for you. I am assuming at this point in the video that you do have Content Manager and a free or paid version of CSP installed. If you don't, check out the videos on my channel. There's lots of guides on how to do that. So all the links will be down in the description, and they'll be on each different step that I'm taking, so it's easy to follow. So once you've landed on Assetto's homepage, click on download on the track. There's a few bits to read there, and once you've read those, click on download. Now this is quite a big file. I think it's about 3.5 gig. So we're going to download the track, and we're also going to download the cars. These cars that you'll download here are a mixture of the traffic cars and also other cars if you want to jump onto the servers all around the world and drive with other drivers. There's obviously lots of checksum checks in the background to make sure everybody is using the correct mods. Also, if you want to donate to these guys who've done a fantastic job on Assetto, click on that button at the bottom. Next up in this first download stage, we're going to grab 25 cars for Traffic Planner. All the links again will be in the description below in order that they appear in the video. Two Real put this together a little while ago. It is completely free, and a big shout out to them for all of the work they've done to bring traffic alive in Assetto Corsa. Now you will see there's a list of cars and vans and motorbikes, all sorts of things here. So all the footage you see in today's video is this actual traffic pack. There are other traffic packs that you can get, so do look out for those, but click on this link and download it. Next up, we're jumping to Overtake, and we're going to land on this page by Christopher, and this is at version 0.9.1, and this is the AI traffic lanes that you need for the traffic to actually spawn. If these aren't installed correctly, as in the right position in the files, or you don't install these, the planner will work but the traffic will not spawn. That is a big problem that a lot of people seem to get, but I'm going to show you exactly where to put these. So here we are then on step 2 of the 5 steps, and we're going to install some files, and I'm going to show you exactly where to put these. The first one here is Assetto, so we're just going to extract this. I'm going to extract it onto my desktop, and I'm going to move the files in a way that you can see really easily exactly where they are going. So this is the Assetto folder that we've just extracted. Let's open that up. You can see we've got a tracks folder. If we go inside there, we've got Assetto Revival, and we've got all the files. Now I always have a shortcut on my desktop to Assetto Corsa, and what I'm going to do here is show you really easily how you can drag and drop those over so you know where the files are going correctly. You can see here we've gone from the root directory, we've gone content, and then we've gone into tracks, and all I'm going to do is right click or drag that Assetto over into there, and you can see it's transferred over. I have shortened that sequence. It is quite a big file, so you can see that it's landed correctly in the file structure actually in the tracks folder. Next up, we're going to be installing the cars that we downloaded earlier, and this is quite a big file. Again, I'm just going to extract it and shorten the sequence onto my desktop, and what you will be left with is this folder here. So let's move it across, and what we're going to do is open this up and just see exactly what's in here again. So you've got cars, driver, you've also got lights and texture. We're going to copy all of these over directly into the folder structure again. So let's just take a look through. You can see all the different traffic cars you've got there, and also all of the Assetto cars that you would use if you were going to be driving it online with other drivers. So let's move this over then. Again, I'm going to my shortcut, which you can see is in program files, Steam, Steam apps, common, and Assetto Corsa. So I'm going to drop over into content, and you can see that these files do correspond with what's actually in this file structure too. So all I'm going to do is drag these over, and I'm just going to merge the files. It does it automatically, so just drag them over, either right click and say copy or move, or just left click and drag them over. And again, I'll shorten this sequence a little bit. When that is all completed, you'll see in blue or a different color that they've actually gone over correctly. So we can just close that down, and just to make sure there's no confusion here, I'm just going to delete the files that we've already pre-installed. So that's all the Assetto pieces installed safely. We know they are going to work. The next thing is we're going to install the 2 Real file, the 25 cars And as I extract this onto the desktop, this is really one of the most important files you're going to install here, because without this you won't be able to get the traffic tool at all. So if you can't find the traffic tool when you're trying to run traffic, it's because you've not installed this in the correct place. So here it is, we've opened it up and we can see that there's a number of files in there. So I'm just going to leave that on the screen, and again I'm going to go to my root library of Assetto Corsa. Now this is really important we put it in the right place. We're going to go into extension, then we're going to go into Lua, and we can see here we've got tools at the bottom. So if you double click on tools there, you will see you've got CSP traffic tool at the bottom. Now if you double click on it, it has got files in it. These files are going to overwrite that up to a point. So we're just going to copy these over or move them, and then it's going to say, do you want to replace those files? We're going to say yes. And I've shortened that sequence a little bit, but that will actually replace those files. That's the traffic tool done, so we can delete both of those files too. Once we've deleted those, we can then close the folder structure in Assetto Corsa again, and I'm doing that to make sure that we understand exactly where we're going every time we put files in. Okay, the last file that we're going to install, and remember this is still step 2, is Christopher's AI lanes. Now you can see the files that we've got here that we're going to extract, and these are all the different layouts for Shotoko. So let's just extract those onto the desktop. If these don't get installed correctly in the right place, your traffic won't spawn because they'll have nothing to spawn onto. These lanes are incredibly important to get traffic working. Now let's open up Assetto Corsa again to the root directory. This time we're going to go to content. We are then going to go to tracks, and we're going to find Shotoko, which is down the bottom here. So let's double click on that. Now you can see the folder structure on the left and the one on the right at the top is the same. Again, we're going to merge some files here, so we're just going to drag and drop them, either right click and copy or move, or just left click, and if it says replace, say yes. Now that has put all the new AI pieces in there, so that is actually now all of the files installed that you need to get traffic working. And that is the end of this step. Now before we go on, a quick word from our sponsors today. We're now on to step 3, and I've jumped onto Content Manager and I've gone into cars and I've clicked on new, and you can see all the new traffic cars that we've installed here, as well as the Shotoko cars to drive on their client servers all around the world. So that's fantastic. If I just click on the showroom here, you can see the kind of cars that you're going to get on traffic. So if you've never done this before or you've never seen these aren't drivable. They are AI controlled, and they're pretty basic models. They're there to look pretty when they're cruising around as traffic. Now I've also got this beautiful Toyota Supra Mark IV TRD, and this is edited by Red. So if you've not got this car, again the link will be in the description. Remember, we're on step 3 now. So let's click on OK, and we're going to jump onto Shotoko. But this is where other mistakes can happen, because not all versions of Shotoko or the different layouts will actually have traffic on them. So the main layout does not have traffic. Some of these layouts are actually made for single player or multiplayer with other clients around the world. So do remember, even after this tutorial, if you go to another random track or course and you try to drive traffic, unless you've installed the AI files, it will not work. So that's really important. Right then, let's jump now onto step 4. So step 3 was pretty quick. We're on to step 4 and we're in the Supra. So all I've done here is pressed F7 while I'm in drive mode, while I'm ready to drive the car, and I've zoomed outside of the car. Now if you move your cursor over to the right hand portion of the screen, you'll see that if you click the 4 dots at the top, you can scroll down and you should be able to see Object Inspector. That pops up another screen. So then if you click on Tools at the top and go down to Traffic Planner, your traffic manager will then pop up on the screen. Now if everything has been installed correctly, and this is a fresh install of Assetto Corsa that I've done this on, if you move this bar, then you will start to see traffic popping up on the screen. Now you might put a couple of hundred cars on and not actually have a lot of traffic. Remember, Shotoko is a huge map, so the more density you put on there, the better the traffic density is going to be all over the map. And that brings us to the final step, which is step 5, how this object planner and this traffic mod manager works. There are of course other options that you can move around here, but the one thing just to be sure of is that you're only putting enough traffic on that your PC can handle. This is putting a lot of strain on your CPU in particular, and maybe your memory. So if you do put 1,000 cars on and it slows your system to a halt, then take them off, restart Assetto Corsa and start from the beginning. There are a number of options here, like spawning traffic just around where you are, not all over the map. They can actually make everything seem very realistic, but also give you better performance, bang for buck, if you've got a lower spec machine. You can also change the speed of the traffic as well, which is really interesting. So if you are on this map and you do want to drive a very fast car and you want fast kind of traffic, you can pull the density down and put the speed up to where you want to be. There's also a number of debug modes here as well, and I wouldn't suggest changing anything here unless you've made a note of what you're going to change, but you can actually see how the AI drives on all of these different lanes that we've installed. And they are the 5 steps, including all the download links and the ways of placing the files into the correct places, that will get traffic installed for Shotoko on your PC. And remember, if you do want to install then traffic on other maps or other tracks, you will need the AI files, and there's lots out there, and I'll be doing a video on the other traffic maps that you can install for Assetto Corsa very soon. Thank you so much for watching and for your continued support. If you do like what you see, click on that subscribe button, it really helps me out with the channel. And if you do want more Assetto Corsa content, there's over 400 videos on the channel. See you soon, guys.